This journey around the coastlines and forests of La Digue and Praslin Islands in the Seychelles bears out the hope that Nelson Mandela held for Africa, that the future belongs to our youth. First, we met Madina Labudalon, raised by her environmentalist father and now an eco-tour entrepreneur on Praslin.
So if you look here, we have an example of the male palm of the Coco de Mer. And actually the male can go up till about 30 meters height. And for the female, it's always about 24 meters. And in the middle, that's a juvenile or young Coco de Mer palm. And it's only around 25 years that you can state if the palm is male or female. Now you can see a real example of the male and female palm. So the fertilization has been done well. And even for the female, they can hold about 25 to 35 nuts. The pollination between male and female palm, this is done actually by wind or by the gecko. Because actually when the gecko, they go on the yellow flowers, they carry the pollen accidentally to the female flower. And then it will grow into a Coco de Mer.
Isolated on these islands, evolving slowly, the palms remain close to their ancient state.
This is the Latanier Aubin, the smallest palm in the six. If you look at the leaf, you may think that somebody cut it off, but it's grown naturally like this. Here you can see the jackfruit, and the jackfruit is originated from Southeast Asia. It's grown on the trunk, can weigh about 10 kilos. So country like Mauritius, Réunion, India, people, they use it a lot as a vegetable, but in Seychelles, we eat it more as fruits. Okay, but before you eat it, you always have to oil your hand because there's lots of glue. But it's very sweet. It's a mixture of banana and overripe pineapple. Okay, so this is the palm spider. And as you can see, have a nice color, orange and black. Palm spiders because it can reach the size of the palm of the hand. And it's always the female which get much more bigger than the male. And the male, they are very tiny, and there are cases at time. The female, they eat the male. We have the bois rouge, one of our Seychelles hardwood, which is endemic. And the bois rouge, it's because of the first leaf, it's always red, and then the bark, it's red. And the black parrot, they love to feed on the fruits of the bois rouge when it's ripe. And actually on the top, we do have two black parrots having fun.
And when a nut falls in the forest, you don't want to be under that tree.
We are so lucky that we have spot the Coco de Mer who have just fallen down. And it's very heavy, and you can see the color. It's a bit brownish. That's when the Coco de Mer is 6 to 7 years. So it's no longer the fruit. At this stage, it's the seed which is going to regerminate to give us another palm.
For his contribution to the botany, natural history and conservation of the Greater Seychelles, Madina's father, Victorin Labudalon, has a local fern named after him. In his daughter's hands, these unique ecosystems have their next champion.
We have reached the highest peak here in the Vallée des Mers, where we have the shelter viewpoint, and we have all the standing palm here in the National Park of Praslin. And you can also heard the bird, like the black parrot and the Seychelles bulbul.
Another of the largest islands in the archipelago is La Digue, which is only reachable by ferry from Praslin. First inhabited by 18th century political rebels exiled by France, today it's a place no visitor ever wants to leave.
Hello, my name is Jacques. Welcome to La Digue. I'm going to show you our beautiful island. We are at the port of La Digue. The name of the place is called La Paz. I'm going to drive you at Grandest Beach after Soustageant, and we can see around the beautiful things that we have on the island. The island is 5 kilometers by 3 kilometers, and there's around 3,500 people living on this island.
Where vanilla and extracting oil from dried coconuts used to be the mainstay of the local economy, tourism has by far outgrown the old cash crops, and it's easy to see why.
La Digue, it's an island of bicycle. You can see everybody riding a bicycle. The few cars that you see is only for commercial.
No need to Photoshop tourism brochures here. The island is picture perfect.
We are at Grandest Beach. It is among the 10 most beautiful beaches in the world.
If La Digue is named after a ship in the fleet of a French explorer 2.5 centuries ago, its future has everything to do with the clear-eyed vision of the next generation. Like enterprising young islander Anis Jacob.
So Seychelles is probably one of the most well-known stretches of beaches in the world. 4 sections of beautiful white sandy beach divided by granite boulders. Now our tour starts off by putting you guys in crystal kayaks and taking you straight out to enjoy the panoramic views. Our tour features around the movie Robinson Crusoe, which was filmed in the 1980s on La Digue, on this very beach right here. So it's a really cool mix of kayak, beach, jungle, coconut caves, and the guests enjoyed very much. We're looking forward to taking you guys out on the water, so see you there.
As well as the island cuisine being famous for its calamari, lobster, and every kind of sustainably fished seafood under the sea, the reef fish are a spectacle, especially when viewed through these genius kayaks.
Now right below me we got some formations of little corals. What we have right here is a nursery for baby fish, and right behind me a mushroom coral. Now we're sitting in a glass kayak, crystal kayak, so no better way than to do snorkeling without getting wet. So you can see the fish right down, right below you. So we showed the guests on tour a little bit of the different formations and the different types of animals, and we make it fun in that aspect. So yeah, that rock's called Shark Rocks.
Maybe not something to shout to anxious tourists, Anis.
This view right behind me is the reason why Seychelles Beach is voted the most photographed beach in the entire world. Now we have some of the famous rocks right behind me. We have the Coco de Mer rocks, that looks like the biggest nut found in the Seychelles. And over there we have the Kissing rocks. Now I won't tell you anymore, you're gonna have to come on tour to find out more about what we explain about. But for now, have a look at that view. Woo!
Definitely more of the kissing theme and less of the shark variety.
So the granite you see behind me dates millions of years old, and it's been formed by millions of years of oceanic erosion combined with weathering. So this is one of the major tourist attractions here. It's basically just to be part of this granite and walk between the boulders. So yeah, I mean, I don't need to say any more. So we've had some famous commercials over the last couple of years filmed here. We've had Miss World, Miss Universe, so it's really a beach that if it's not on your bucket list yet, well, you better have it on your bucket list. So we look forward to welcoming you guys to paradise, and maybe see you soon. Woo!
Visit for the endless variety of fish dishes from the seas, the botanical marvels, impossible to believe seascapes, or just the hearty spirit of the people. But do visit the Seychelles. Get more of the Insider Essay online. Follow, connect, engage, and be inspired to live better with the Insider Essay. Watch the show Monday evenings at 5:30. Repeat Saturday at 1 on S3.